Hi, I'm Adele Renzaglia, and I represent Champaign Community Advocacy and Mentoring Resources, CCAMR. We are a not-for-profit organization that has a mission to enhance the lives of adults with intellectual disability. We are in fact a 501c3 nonprofit, and what our purpose is to provide funding for adults in Champaign County with intellectual disability, to give them funding personalized mini grants for things that make their lives better, for activities, items, supports that will help them be more independent, enhance their lives, enrich their daily activities in any way that we can. And these are for activities that they, in fact, have no money to support themselves. Our organization is run by an all-volunteer board of directors, so we have no other costs besides giving out the grants to individuals. A brief history, just so you understand where we came from, is that we were established about 35 years ago. And the purpose was not for what we do today in terms of giving out mini grants, but it was a grassroots effort to create community living for adults with intellectual disability in the Champaign area. At the time, there just weren't many opportunities or options for people. And so CCAMR created a group home in Champaign County for up to 6 adults. But unfortunately, in 2008, when we had a pretty big recession in our country, and the state of Illinois had great difficulty in paying its bills, and in fact was not paying its bills in a timely fashion, the residents who lived in this group home were not getting money they need to support their residential options. So what happened was the organization, CCAMR, paid those bills and with the money that we had on reserves, and we ran out of money finally and had to sell the group home, which was rather sad, but we did sell it to an organization that was able to maintain people in the residence and keep them in their daily activities as they had previously. But what that resulted in is that the organization CCAMR having some money from the sale of the group home that we need to make some decisions about. We wanted to keep our same mission, enhancing the lives of adults with intellectual disability. So we established a new way of doing that, and that was awarding personalized mini grants, and we started this in 2010. The mini grants, the purpose of these mini grants was to provide funds to support individuals to attain the most independent, productive, and dignified lives possible, attain living arrangements of their choice in the community, learn new skills and values to realize personal goals that they couldn't otherwise realize, be an active member of their communities, and form friendships and social ties. Which we all want in our lives, but we were hoping to help people with that. The people who qualify for these grants are adults with intellectual disability, so that'd be anybody over the age of 18, living in Champaign County. We have 4 grant submission due dates. It's quarterly. We start in February 1st, May 1st, August 1st, and November 1st. So when people submit a grant application, and we review them on the date that the next date of our submission due dates. Grants are awarded between $100 and $2,000. And the kinds of things that we fund are items, equipment, activities, personal supports that increase independence, enhance quality of life, or increase socialization. And when you submitted a grant application, the grant application, by the way, is on our website, and I will give you the website later on. The grant application will ask you how these funds will do some of these things that we talked about in terms of enhancing, increasing independence, enhancing quality of life or socialization. So with that kind of rationale, it gives us an idea of how we are in fact meeting our mission. We don't fund things like reimbursable items or payments. So we wouldn't pay for a deposit on an apartment or a utility deposit, which is something that would be reimbursable at some point in time. We don't give funds toward the purchase of items that are bought on payments. So for example, if you had a car payment, we wouldn't give you money for a car payment or a few car payments. We also don't fund payment for ongoing living expenses such as rent or utilities or medication. Some examples of grants that we have given in the past. Marcy and Austin, they were actually a brother and sister who had a degenerative condition that meant that they had physical disabilities that were getting worse. And transportation in the community was very difficult for them because they did not have a good way to access their vehicles. They needed to have their van converted so that it had a ramp. So CCAMR was able to give them funds to help them develop or convert their van with a ramp, and gave them more independence and access to their community. And I think it improved their quality of life. AJ, we helped him with some dental work. He had the resources that he had for his dental work would only fund him getting his teeth removed. And he had already had some dental work and lost some teeth. And he was really wanting some help with a front tooth. AJ was somebody who didn't feel all that good about himself and wanted to have a little more pride and confidence. So he requested some dental support, some funds for dental work to fix his tooth and crown his tooth. And we were able to do that. And as you can see, he said his response was he was very happy. He really felt like we helped him a lot, and now he has a great smile. So we were happy about that. Scott applied for a mini grant to purchase a laptop that would help him communicate and increase his social network and contact. So we have in fact given out a number of laptop computers for similar purposes to help people communicate, people who are not able to orally communicate in a way that is understandable by others. So Scott is a really nice example of how our grant impacted his life. Another example is Amy and Beth, and you may have run into Amy and Beth. They have a nice little business selling greeting cards. We provided some of the initial funds for them to keep their business, to get their business really going. Both Amy and Grant got grants over time. Amy and Beth got grants over time, sorry. And they developed a cottage industry, and our grants helped support them through some coaching and helping them learn the skills they needed to run their business. So you can see that as a result of providing some funding from CCAMR, Amy and Beth have really developed a very booming business, and we're very proud of what they've done. Okay, so how can you support what we do, and what can we do to further what CCAMR does? The most important thing that people can do is spread the word about CCAMR to people who they know, who qualify for these kinds of grants. We have a link on our website that you can actually put on your website, or provide on your website a link to CCAMR so that people can see what we do. You can be a community partner, support the inclusion of people with intellectual disability in activities in the community, in the workplace. That's one of our major missions. You're welcome to attend a board meeting. We have at least quarterly board meetings if you'd like to do that in support of CCAMR, or volunteer to help with any of our activities. And then if you have the means, because we are 100% volunteer and have no way of getting funds other than through donation at this point in time, make a donation. And you can do that by going onto our website, ccamr.org, and pressing the donate button and making a contribution there. You can certainly send it into our address, which is on our website as well. You can also contact us at the CCAMR board at gmail.com if you'd like more information or assistance with the grant. We really welcome any contacts. Otherwise, let me know if you have questions, and I'm very excited to have had this opportunity. Thank you.